Hey, it's Jennifer Lee with Afternoons on KOMA. Awesome 80s weekend. We are back with Noble McIntyre of McIntyre Law, my favorite segment.
Hey, thanks for having me as always.
Yay. So it's on Awesome 80s weekend like it always is. Let's talk about 80s tabloids.
Okay.
We had the National Enquirer.
I remember that one.
Star Magazine.
Globe.
The Globe. Weekly World News.
Right.
Elvis abducted by UFOs. They were very powerful back then.
They were. When you would check out of a grocery store, remember the whole front, right when you checked out, would be these tabloids with these outrageous headlines. And that's when you would look at them and pick them up and read them as you were waiting in line and buy them. And I remember the Elvis is Alive headline, which was on all of them. And back then we had cassette tapes. Mm-hmm. And I actually bought a cassette tape that portrayed that would be Elvis still alive and talking. He was on some island, and I was like 8 years old. I believed it. I was like, Elvis is still alive. I have video record of him talking.
Elvis.
Elvis may still be alive. You never know.
And if he had lived, he probably would still be alive if he discovered immortality.
Something like that. But yes, I remember those headlines.
He was on an island with Marlon Brando.
That's what it was, yes.
Liz Taylor was always in the tabloids. Right. So was Michael Jackson.
Bubbles. Remember his little monkey?
Yes.
Bubbles. And there was a tabloid headline, Bubbles Can Talk. And I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, Jackson and Bubbles.
He probably did talk and said, "Get me out of here." Bert and Lonnie were always tabloid fodder.
Yep.
We didn't need social media to grow a scandal.
That was our social media. That's what, it was a new magazine every Sunday, and you'd go to the grocery store and they'd always be there. My
grandmother, every Monday, she would go to the store. She would get everything. She would bring all of it home.
Really?
I got to get my gossip sheets.
It makes me wonder about your grandma. I think she'd be fun to hang out with.
I think so, yeah. She had a different sense of a lot of things, and she was very superstitious.
What's about watching some of these newscasts today? They're so crazy, some of them. People start believing everything. Or some of these TikTok channels where it's just outrageous, conspiracy theory. That was the conspiracy theory stuff of the day, was what was in those magazines.
I just miss all that. I miss all that horrible magazines. Remember Bat Boy from Weekly World News?
I do. Yes. I mean, all that stuff was crazy. It was crazy stuff. Boy born with a wooden leg. You can't be born with a wooden leg, but that was a headline one time.
Half of Pinocchio. What else? Aliens abducted me and I had 15 children or something like that.
There was a lot of alien stuff back in the day. There was aliens support Ronald Reagan. I remember that one.
I remember that one.
And so just crazy stuff.
We had those and they don't have them now. I mean, they're still out there, the tabloids and stuff. Mostly it's about people that have died in scandals and what's in their estate and things like that. But not near the scandals that we had.
Today you have things like on TikTok here recently, one of the stories that went viral was there was an orca trainer that was killed by her beloved orca, and TikTok portrayed to have all of these videos of it happening. It was all made up. It was all AI.
Yeah.
And so it's, that we have the same stuff today. It's just not in the tabloids. Now it's on the social media.
Yeah. And sometimes the scandals do grow a lot faster.
Right.
But they're just not as prevalent to me or as cool as Bat Boy. We're talking about the 80s too, but we also have to get a little bit serious.
Okay.
We're going to talk some legal questions. If they have any questions for you, what number do they call?
It's easy. Just 777-7000. I don't care which area code in Oklahoma you use. That number will get to me. So just 777-7000.
Yeah, the office of Noble McIntyre. Yep. Also, you can email us here at asknoble@tylermedia.com. So with that out of the way, let's talk about maybe the statute of limitations on claims, injury claims. Is there one in Oklahoma, and what do you do?
There is, and it depends on the case. So let's just take a simple car accident case. Most car accident cases, the vast percentage of car accident cases is a 2-year statute of limitations, which means from the date of the crash, you have 2 years to file your lawsuit. But there are some exceptions. One exception is if the person who caused the crash is a government employee or government entity, at which point that's a Governmental Tort Claim Act, and you only have a 1-year statute of limitations instead of 2, and you have a certain amount of time to give notice to the city, and unlike a normal lawsuit where you file a claim, it's a give notice. So that's a 1 year. If you go back to even the normal case against a normal person, then it's 2 year. It's 2 years for everybody that's an adult. If you're a minor, you have until your 19th birthday. So if you were a 4-year-old in a crash, you have several years before your statute expires because it's 1 year after you turn 18. You can be an adult and in a normal crash, and if you're knocked unconscious and you're in a coma for a couple months in the hospital, your statute of limitations doesn't start until you come out of your coma. So it's going to be more than 2 years. Your statute starts when you're back to your cognizantly and you're aware that there was a crash, and that's when it triggers your date to start. So typically it's 2 years, but there are a number of things that can extend to that.
See, that's good to know. I didn't realize that. I thought maybe you were in the hospital in a coma and it's too late. So that's good to know.
Your statute is tolled. It's called tolling the statute. It's tolled during the pendency in which you are unconscious or you're unable to do anything, and it starts back up when you're back in good health.
Okay. And make sure that you keep all of your statements, all of your doctor bills, everything that you give to your lawyer when you file that claim, because fighting an insurance company is really hard.
Yeah, insurance companies aren't fun. I mean, they're in business to make a profit. They're not in business to take care of you. I don't care if they say you're in good hands with whoever. You're not. Their job is to pay you as little as possible because their responsibility is to their shareholders. And so a lot of folks don't ordinarily want to hire an attorney at all. That's not what they typically do. But they're put in a position where they have to because they're absolutely getting nowhere with this insurance company who doesn't care that they're out of work, doesn't care that they're losing income, doesn't care about anything except the bottom line. And so a lot of folks hire me because they have no other choice, because the insurance company is not going to listen to them. And when you're trying to deal with an insurance adjuster on your own, that's what they do every day. You're at a complete disadvantage because you probably have never done that before. When you hire me, you don't only level the playing field, you tilt it in your favor because I'm better than them. That's an adjuster or that's an insurance attorney, whereas I've been doing this for 30 years and I'm a much better trial lawyer. And so it levels the playing field in your favor. And so if you're in a situation like that, you need to give me a call.
All right. Yeah, Noble McIntyre, always trying to tell you and help you take care of yourself. So thank you very much. As always, great advice.
Thanks for having me.
And happy weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.